Welcome everyone. Today I have an amazing, perfect jeweler's farming guide. Yes, looking behind me, look at that. I have just found a perfect jeweler after learning this new method. Now I have to say, maybe I'm a little lucky. I did try this a number of maps, and out of the, I guess, 4 or 5 maps I tried, I did find this one, and this is a tier 8 map. So in this video, I'll go through with you guys step by step how you can finding a lot of jewelers with lesser jewelers, greater jewelers, perfect jewelers, and what are the combination of items you can use together with a very special passive that was just recently discovered in POE 2. This will make and allow you to find a lot of jeweler socketing currency, including perfect jewelers. Just to show you guys this works, I have gotten my skeleton snipers to 6 link of 5 sockets, and yes, this is the first time I gotten this to this high. If you watch my previous videos, I have never gotten this to this high, so it works perfectly, and players are also can using this method to be selling perfect jewelers for 2 to 3 divine each, and otherwise players can be socketing those into the gems and selling the gems for 4 divine. So there's a lot of profit to be made with divines and also using this method, and let me explain to you guys. Now what I'll do is I'll have a short 2 long didn't read version to teach you guys, and then we go to the long version, because the long version will require you to min and max some of your gears and also understand our previous notes. And here are some of the notes that I want to go through, because previous video actually taught you guys very well with min and max to get even more chances for perfect jewelers like this. Now before we dive into the guide, I'd like to say a big thank you to a viewer LJ who actually discussed and taught me this one this morning, and a big thank you and shout out for Zizaran. Zizaran over here is one of our big POE 2 streamers. I'm sure you guys know about him. And what I heard from my viewer is Zizaran has 6 socketed a lot of his gems with self-found solo play. And he's not even trading, he's finding 6 links, not 6 sockets, 6 links with this particular method. And the content creators are really nice. They want to share this method. They want to share the discovery with the community to help lower the inflation, because right now items are so expensive and new players are having trouble to make 6 links. And this is why I personally want to share, and I'm so happy other content creators and friends want to share this method, not just to profit themselves, but rather the moment we discover this, I want to share with you guys so you guys can profit, or I guess you guys can get your 6 link and enjoy the game in the end game this way, and you don't have to pay ridiculous price. And hopefully in the future, as you do this method more, you can be selling for divines or pushing down the price of those items so new players can easily access those items more often. So coming back to the short version of the guide. So coming over here, what you can see is I actually perked out of this point. Yes, I went all the way to this point, but I perked out of this. Of course, I'll be coming back to this after. I respected into this point. This is local knowledge. This is secret knowledge. So a lot of players, like myself included, we're like, oh, bonus loot, perfect. But what you need to understand is you actually have to find particular biome, particular environment on the map. And in order to show you guys, I'm going to go back to town and show you guys what are the maps that will give you 40% amplified magnitude of socketing gem drops. And this is how I was able to get tons of those sockets like this. So firstly, let's have a look at the map. You can see some of the environment are grassland. So what you want to see is notice that some of the maps are on top of desert, some of the maps are on top of grassland, some of the maps are on top of like things like rocks, some of the maps are on top of those like red things. So once you understand the maps can have different environment, this actually determines the bio, the bio of the map. So if you look at local knowledge, you can see that this one will provide you with additional jobs together with basic currency and also together with socket currency. You don't really want much gold, you don't really want much jewelers or anything else pretty much at this stage. Basic currency is okay, but what we really want is to find grass biomes. So how do you find an environment that is grass? Well, this will take a little effort. So firstly, you zoom in as much as you can. Look at the grass, look at the grass. Those are the grass. You look out for the maps that is around the grass. So the grass won't be on top of the map. The grass will be around the map. And then the map around the grass will have the grass biome. And this will come back to benefit you from getting additional jobs. And that's it. This is a simple method. You perk into this point, you find maps that has those jobs. Ideally, you want to find maps that are also plus levels or with additional factors like bosses, which will increase your job. And then you just look around in the map. Sometimes you have to zoom a little bit to make sure it's around the grass. Notice this is already cleared. So you want to find maps that is not already cleared, that has grass around them. And then you can do those and try your luck. And that's what I did. So, I did find some lucky jobs over here, as you can see, after testing a few maps. Now, you might not be as lucky as me. In a few maps, you get those many jobs. I did not get the divine, by the way. This was just in my inventory. So those are some of the items I got that was notable, that was around over here. Now, there is a longer, better version. So if you want to stay tuned for the longer version, let's go. Now that when you understand the first part of the version, it is actually more precious to keep those maps. Yes, the shorter version is for people who have no patience to just want to do the method, right? The longer version is, once you find this particular method of the place, what I hear is Zizaran actually didn't have much of the rarity, and he even found a lot of those perfect jewelers when he didn't have much rarity because he was self-found, he's not trading. But what you can do at me and Max is I recommend coming over to my previous guide, which I actually went through how you can juice up maps, how you can increase your job chances all the way to tier 18 maps. And there are some really good notes. You should understand how to do those maps step by step with tier 1 to tier 15 and also all the way to tier 18. And also there's some really niche method where you can focus the power level of your tablet from the towers. So this will allow you to pinpoint which of the ones you can buff. And notice in the screenshot, this is level 82. So a tier 18 map with tons of more modifiers, better magic find, and also better loots. So this will play a massive role coming back to this point, which will amplify your jobs if you find the right precious grass maps. So notice everything's linking together, which is perfect. So quickly coming back to this one, and I guess for those of you that did not read, this is the most important part. You want to influence maps with mechanics, and if you already have a mechanics, you cannot influence the same mechanics, which allow you to eliminate and also count maps in the zone. And finally, the biggest trick is to clear the maps that you do first that you do not want to gain the influence of maps. So for me, for this case, if I want to make a max, I'll try to clear the maps that is not around the grass net, maybe this one, and maybe this one or this one that is not on the grass. And if there's a tower, there's no tower. Oh, there's a tower here. If there's a tower here, I'll try to clear the map that is not around the grass. And the map that is only around the grass that is left, then I'm going to use this method to set the influence to increase the level and also increase the job rate of those influence maps to further boost my chance of getting the perfect jewelers. Now that we amplify this by another massive 40%. Now, of course, guys, for more details, I refer you back to this video. This is a 13-page long notes all the way from the beginner to the end. And I'll be adding to this with this method and also even more discoveries as we find better atlas points and also better progression guide. So make sure you watch this video. It took me like a day or two to make it. It's like 30 minutes long, but use the timestamps to learn about this. So now that you know the next method of maxing using the towers, you can try to overlap the tower, of course. So you can be adding more influence or you can add in more monster levels. Keep in mind, guys, from the previous video, you want at least 8+ maps to be influenced, and this will give you the best result. At the same time, notice that you want quantity of items found increase if you can, and quantity of waste won't do much. And then when you're doing the maps, you want to find something like quantity of items found in this area increase, and also rarity found in this area increase. Those are two of the interesting and also massive nodes will give you a boost to getting the perfect jewelers and also better jobs, like some of those, and possibly getting more divine orbs. If I move my head a little bit, possibly getting those. And to follow on top of that, notice that this map does have rarity of item increase, but it doesn't have quantity. So you kind of want both rarity and also quantity. Now, in order to help you guys a little bit, I'll have the filters available to help you guys search for the maps. And yes, I am buying maps from Wriggle. If you watched the previous video, one of our comments was saying, hey man, it's harder if you skip a lot of those maps, you cannot sustain your maps. One of the ways of sustaining my maps is I am buying all the maps I needed with regular orbs. One regular orb will give me a rare map that has a lot of benefit. Look at that. One regular orb and you can get some really good stuff. And now I just have to find this one. See, one regular. I'm going to message this guy and let's grab this rarity and also quantity for one regular. Let's see if he messages me back. I'll prepare the change. So yes, keep going. So you can find rare maps for super cheap. And oh, he's trading. Let's go trade. So yes, oh, let me come back over here. So when you find those cheap maps, which I'm showing you live, I'll have the filters ready for you guys. You can buy those for one Exile or buying those for regulars. The filters will be ready for you guys. So you can be making trades like those and grabbing maps depending on your level. And thank you for that. Yes, I got everything covered for you guys. I'm really happy, the streamers and content creators sharing the secret method, and we're benefiting. Because I'm doing tier 8 maps, I'm buying tier 8 maps. you can do higher tier. Where did the map go? It's over here. There you go. So something like this would be good. You can even add more Exile modifiers to it, but it really depends how you want to mega max. Now, of course, to mega max, you're not really using tier 8 maps, right? You want something like this, but of course you want the magic find rarity, quantity. You want to mega max with a tier 15 8 mod, and you want to mega max with tier 16 maps if you can, using our previous method to juice up the maps. And this is important to understand. So watch the previous video. Not only try to promote the video, but it's good. Now, some of our viewers has also shared this with me. And I do want to say a big thank you for Kleaver over here for sharing this method. So this is a screenshot. He showed me that before you corrupt the maps, guys, you can also influence maps with distorted fear, distorted greed, and also you can anoint those maps to get even more pack size, more rarity, and also more goodies before you corrupt them. And this again will greatly enhance your chance in the end game to get crazy amount of perfect jewelers if you combine everything I just said. At the same time, it is recommended players to use at least one of those rarity frogs, which will give you another 20% amplification of your rare item found. At the same time, a lot of endgame players prefer to have rarity on items. Notice this one's 8%, this is 17%, this ring is a 22% rarity found. So combining with all the methods, especially understanding which of the passive to take, which of the, where am I? Let's go back to my hideout. Combining with all the methods with how to find the grassland, how to juice up the maps, how to use your influence. You got to watch that video, it's some good stuff there. And then finally, how to get the right maps, and then combine with everything that is related, you can then start farming and also finding a lot more jewelers. You might not get perfect jewelers, you might get lesser jewelers, or you might get greater jewelers that sells for about 40 exalt, which is also not bad. So yes, in the previous video, I was talking to you guys about saving particular nodes with the bosses and things. And if you find the boss ones, they give you even better loots. And now let's find the grassland and also make a lot of profit, or even just 6-link your gears will help you a lot in the later stage of the game. And again, finally guys, a big shout out and also thank you for everyone that has been sharing. And if you guys do have methods, guys, and also tips, please do share with me. And we can share with the community. Everyone can learn and also enjoy the game together. The game's still in early access, and here we're always open to share everything. And the best way to contact me is through Discord, through a direct message after joining our Discord server. And I'd like to say a big thank you for everyone who has shared to help us to learn the game and also to go further in the game and having more enjoyment, getting my 6 links. So happy now. Now, before we finish, if you guys haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so, because I'll be looking into the latest Path of Exile 2 news on different communities and also on our official forum, official webpage. I'll also be looking into the best build for each of the class as the meta develops with the Chinese and also the English community. So stay tuned for the latest update and also guides for Path of Exile 2. And of course, this is going to be a big month for us. And I'll try to bring you guys all of the latest content and also guides for Path of Exile 2 to come.